Welcome back to Ideagen's UK Global Goals 2030 Summit. My name is John Mulberger, and I'm Ideagen's Director of Global Social and Digital Engagement. Today, we welcome to the summit Chaitra Vedullapalli. Chaitra, welcome.
Thank you, John, for having me over today. I'm so excited to be part of the Ideagen UK Global Goals 2030 Summit.
Great. We are so means the 2030 global. Can you tell us about the global expansion with Microsoft, Women in Cloud, and Ideagen?
Absolutely, John. And Women in Cloud is, as you know, it's a community-led and economic development initiative with a massive goal to create $1 billion in economic access for female tech entrepreneurs by 2030 in partnership with corporation as well as the public sector. So as part of doing that, we had to really think about how do we create $1 billion in economic access and impact to impact the global goals. So we had to pick 8 strategic countries for global expansion. And it was in alignment with the partnership with Ideagen because Ideagen was also going into the same global expansion. And there were 3 reasons why we picked those countries. The first, and UK being one of the country, and the reasons for the first was the technology readiness and access. With as we go through getting female tech entrepreneurs to build solution, you do need is access to cloud technology and also readiness for them to use the technology. And these countries are ready for it. The second one is also the laws and the laws and also the policies in the country allow the women to be to be empowered to have a business and also can serve an enterprise market. So it was very important to really figure out is do we have the markets where women are being empowered and also they can serve the enterprise markets. And the third one was we had access to Microsoft leadership and also the amazing people in the Ideagen who we could partner together to really drive the economic access and impact. So that was the intention for global access and global expansion.
That's fascinating. And that $1 billion goal is amazing. And I'm sure will help so many people. And as you know, Women in Cloud and Ideagen partnered to launch the AI Solutions 2030 Innovation Hub. Can you explain to viewers globally what the Innovation Hub is and how people can get involved in it?
Absolutely. If you remember, John, when we did the AI Solution 2030 launch at the WIC Summit or Women in Cloud Summit in January, it was so fun, so much fun to see 200 people participating in the AI Solution 2030 session. And what we really saw was we were sparking ideas and they could take technology to create solutions and then attach it to the global goals. It was really, really amazing to see individuals were able to pick a global goal, identify a market challenge, and then come up with a solution. And the other thing that we also noticed was we could make technology innovation accessible because of a partnership with Microsoft and Ideagen. We were able to make the cloud technology accessible, and all the experts from the Microsoft, they were all together working with people who had these great ideas and bringing together. So think about that. If we imagine our communities can come together and build inclusive AI solution, we can actually solve the global goals as it can contribute to the transformation of our society. So the question usually I get is how do I get involved? Well, it's very simple. You can go to the Women in Cloud website. It's womenincloud.com. And you can actually sign up to be part of the AI Solutions 2030. And once you sign up, you will be invited to the design thinking workshop to build these solutions. And then also you get invited to the Ideagen Leadership Summit and award ceremony in New York when the COVID-19 is lifted, right? The situation is lifted,
Yes.
where we can actually highlight the solution and really look into a way that we can commercialize with entrepreneurs who are really focused on solving the global goals. That's the intention.
And that's amazing. And we encourage all of our viewers globally to get engaged.
Absolutely.
And as we rapidly approach the year 2030, we are working on achieving those 17 global goals, as you stated, by the United Nations. Why do you think the global goals are so important, and what steps should we take to do our part in achieving them?
We are all going through the pandemic. Never thought that we will be ever in this place doing virtual experiences. Well, we are here, right? The impact of the COVID has been very personal because my parents are old and they are back in India because of all the challenges that we cannot go. If something happens, we just can't go reach my family. So it's been very tough, personally, very tough. However, when you think about the ways that pandemic has done, it has really given us a view to how broken our infrastructure is, whether it's healthcare, whether it is building your business, whether it is reaching out to your loved ones or access to technology. We are not ready. We are in the 21st century, but it's broken. So when you look at it, we have lost so many lives, so many jobs, and so many companies. And we have realized that there is a massive, massive challenge that we have to look into and address it. So what we are seeing is we cannot have this challenge exist as we rebuild our societies. And everyone can look at is how do you go about it? This is where the global goals comes into picture, and it's a great framework because what global goals actually highlighted was these challenges, and now you have to go fix it. And it's a great framework so you can pick it, and you can figure out what challenge you want to solve and really be passionate about addressing it. So this is a call for each and every human to save the humanity. So my ask for everyone is make it your life's monumental task and a monumental initiative to really pick a goal and be so passionate and then go take action. Like, take action now, because this is the time. Let's build a society the way it should be built, where the infrastructure as well as the access is equitable for all.
That is a very powerful point you made, and I couldn't agree more with you there, Chaitra.
Thank you, John.
You have such an incredible background in the field of technology and innovation. What impact have you seen both with technology and innovation as it plays a role as co-founder of Women in Cloud and CMO of Mela, and how has it helped exactly?
John, I have to take back probably 25 years when I decided to go into the tech industry. At that time, I went to tech industry because it was a booming, it was a nascent industry, and it was easy to kind of comprehend for an electrical engineer like me. I could understand data which was invisible because electrical engineering was all about energy that's invisible, and you had to really think about a machine and a system you build to produce electricity. So when you think about the technologies, they're very similar. You cannot see the zero and the one, the byte. It's very invisible. So you have to build a system and you have to create impactful work. So when we look at the last 25 years of my journey into corporate and now as an entrepreneur, one of the things we as a co-founder and CMO of Mela, we put a set of mission to really help companies to have access to digital economy, and with the intention to help a million small businesses, I would say businesses, small medium enterprise businesses, to have access to the digital economy. So we have built solutions such as smart retail for hyperlocal commerce, which can help any city or state to launch their own e-commerce marketplace to help their local businesses and drive economic recovery using digital tools. We have already done with 10,000 businesses over the last 6 years to do business online, and we truly believe we can make the similar impact. And the solution exists. We just need the countries and the states to come and say, we are ready. We want to support the local business through digital infrastructure. We have that. We also built a smart event solutions such as Speaker Engage and iPay Flow to help businesses to plan, host, and manage their hybrid events easily. Uh, right now what we believe is you should not be building a business on spreadsheets, right? Being doing business on spreadsheet is does not equal a digital transformation of the business. You really have to be innovative to adopt cloud technology with the intention that you can create your economic recovery through the digital technologies and also drive the sustainability of it. And I truly believe right now is to create economic access, we have to have our communities, our businesses to be ready on digital infrastructure so they can do business online, they can connect with each other, they can reach everyone. Right now, only certain population actually has access that you and I have access, not everybody. So we want to make it accessible, and technology can do it with all the through the public-private partnerships.
Well, that is truly remarkable. It really is. And speaking of your company, it offers a wide range of digital and technical opportunities for businesses. So, how do you, Chaitra, see AI being a part of those opportunities in the future? And furthermore, how does AI impact the work you do at Mela?
So at Mela is a Microsoft Gold partner. We are a cloud technology provider. We really believe in automating the old processes into a modern way of doing business. My imagination or my vision is nobody should be doing manual activities every day. And for me, AI technologies allows you to make your life better if it's inclusive. If it's inclusive, it makes your life better and removes that day-to-day manual activity so you don't have to do it. So the boring tasks can be removed through the AI technology. So we have to really think about AI as a technology solution that is really going to help the people to do high quality work. And to do that, you have to be very inclusive in how you develop the code, how you implement, and how you educate. So that's why I truly believe as women and men both have to be there. There has to be a gender inclusion in how the AI technologies are built. And I'm also proponent of building solutions with AI to support the global goals, because when you're doing the research, bringing together massive set of data to really understand patterns, the AI actually can function like our brain, probably more powerful, and you can start to see the trends. One of the example I can say is, if you think about, go back to the history for any of the a pandemic that happened or any kind of diseases that happened, it took years to find a vaccine. This is the first time, probably in our pandemic, we are using technology, and our vaccine can be available in a year instead of staying for 100, 200 years that we have to go through it. So it's actually very powerful if it's used in the right way. So, as Mela, as a technology company, we really are here to support our customers as they think about transforming their business and digitally transforming using AI and cloud. We want to serve them to make sure they have access to the digital economy and also create automated processes so they can actually do better solutions in the world that can serve the market.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think AI has the potential, you're right, for good to change the world and have a massive impact on so many different industries and so many different areas. And
Absolutely.
speaking of Mela, you help businesses access digital opportunities. So, what technology do you think most businesses currently lack that could drastically improve their profitability if implemented?
Uh, yeah, I would say this is a very great question, John. I wish I had a magic bullet or a silver bullet to answer this question. When I look at this moment, and I'm thinking about economic recovery of businesses when the whole economy has come to halt, every business should be thinking, preparing, and digitizing their business. It is happening for our own business. We had to rethink about remote workforce, how to do business online, how to connect with each other, how can we drive a better way of collaboration, how can we engage our community better. We had to really invest a lot of time rethinking our own models, own old models, and really writing the new script for the future. this particular challenge is not going to go away. The pandemic has created a portal for a next generation transformation that's going to happen for humans as well as businesses. And if you are bold enough to come out of suffering but go into innovating, what you will see is there is a huge set of opportunities waiting for everyone. Everyone can come and contribute, and my ask to every business is don't be afraid to take bold steps. uh, be engaged to solve a global goals, and then really strategically partner with technology companies to be very successful in rebuilding your business so you can not just survive but thrive in the new world. That would be my guidance for everyone.
Those are some very valuable insights you have there, Chaitra. And I could see you being at the forefront of innovation and change once we come out of this pandemic here. And speaking of COVID-19, it is having an enormous global impact. Here at Ideagen, we've switched to being entirely virtual, even here with the summit we have going on today. So, how are you and your colleagues adapting to the current situation?
We, as a team, we were always doing digital work. So for us, it was not a big challenge, especially doing work, being productive at work. What we struggled a lot was around really collaborating with people, coming and meeting and ideating new ideas. That one was a big shift for me personally, as well as my team. So we had to really figure out is without a human connection, how can we still accomplish the same? Well, I've accomplished that with text. It have accomplished through, one-on-one FaceTime conversation. I have accomplished, making, right now I'm looking into new technologies which can accomplish that. But when I look at taking away from me doing our business, but going into like a community work, which is around the women in cloud, we are seeing very similar patterns. And we're really trying to figure out how do we reduce the losses, because the COVID is going to create significant losses for many businesses. And the current government loans and grants are not being accessible for us. So my ask of the people who are listening is to really think about three things that we really need to come together in a public-private partnership to solve access and infrastructure issue. We really need our world to have a better digital infrastructure for connectivity so everyone can connect to the digital world, have productivity tools that is easy and affordable. It cannot be just for the elites of the community who have access to the best tools. So you need to really make it access. And third is really have a commerce network available for local business to engage. It cannot be just one marketplace that you shop from. You really need to still find a way to help the small businesses and local businesses that you can transact. We have to change our mindset that the money cannot just go to only one company in the world where you do the shopping. We want the money to be distributed to a lot of businesses so that we all can thrive and survive and thrive together. So that's my ask of everyone right now is let's all come together to do public-private partnerships to solve global goals.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Those public-private partnerships and collaboration, I think, is going to become even more essential as we go forward in the future. And that's really what Ideagen is trying to promote and really develop to help solve those type of issues. So diving a little bit back into more into technology, how do you think it's going to factor into how people weather this global pandemic? And then to go a step further, how do you infuse collaboration into your daily mission to successfully achieve those goals? You had mentioned that collaboration and partnership is essential, but how do you, Chaitra, do that specifically?
Um, the way I would look at John is this is such a bold this question is so loaded. I don't know if I can answer it in a simple way. Like as I talked about, uh, in the last question you asked, I would really look at, working with or organizations to work with George and his team to really strategically create a public-private partnership to solve specific goals, because your organization knows how to do it, because you have partnership with all the corporate brands. So that's very important. So structuring the right public-private partnership. The second thing that I would ask for is removing all the language biases in our contracting practices, in our job recruitment processes, providing, administration of grants and, loans. There is a lot of the language bias that needs to be removed. And we would love, Women in Cloud would love to bring together our technology to remove the language bias, because the bias that happens is really women are left behind first, and then everybody, that's the area that we have to address. So we have a solution that we want to work with companies to address that. The third piece of the area is really having is a digital infrastructure for commerce, productivity, and connectivity, and really ensuring that the cities and the states are really thinking about a digital first policies that is inclusive. The solution creates access for everyone, so there's equity available for everyone in the digital world, and they are really rethinking the policy, because the policies that exist today does not serve the new world or the new norm that we are living in. So that's how I would look into kind of working and infusing collaboration. But for me as my team, we are always driving our engagement with our community in a way that we can accomplish the goals of $1 billion in economic access.
Well, wow, Chaitra, as we near the end of the interview, I just like to say that it's been truly insightful and really informative to speak with you today. And now I have a simple but profound question that here at Ideagen we like to ask all global leaders. And that is, what are three key lessons that you've learned that have the potential to impact and change the world?
Wow, two things. Let me think. My first thing that I would say is be coachable, because you cannot be rigid during the stage where you really have to change your mindset. You have to change your narrative, and be coachable when people are giving you ideas to change the direction of your company or direction of your life. So be coachable. It's okay. Feel like a tree. Like, you can weather through this one. If you're coachable, you actually can do your own transformation very quickly. Second, go into being a problem solver. Don't try to sit there and nag about it and say, oh, this is not good, I don't understand, and I cannot get it. So that is one area where I would say be a problem solver. Look at a problem and say, what is the micro step I can do that can create progress in the right direction? And each and everyone can do is collective action towards a problem. So be that inspiration for the community and take that lead. And the third one, which is really near and dear for my heart, is serving and contributing to each other. If you see someone, if they need something, step up and do it. This morning, I had one of my friends, she had sent a newsletter and she's like, I cannot find a mask, right? And I had access to mask. I was like, sure, I'll
Mhm.
get you one. Just a very simple action. And imagine she got a mask. The person who's selling, she got an opportunity, I would say a transaction. You're just making these connections happen. So really take time to do micro contribution to each other. And when you do multiple times of contribution, you actually can see a significant impact in long term. So take action. That's would be my last and final ask of everyone. Take action.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I mean, those are lessons that anybody at any stage in their life can implement and truly make an impact on the globe. So I thank you so much for sharing that with our viewers today. And now I know that Women in Cloud has is doing a lot of exciting new things currently. So I would love for you to take a moment to address our viewers, tell us some announcements, tell us how to get involved. What is going on?
So we just finished a digital pitch challenge. It went really well. What we are doing is opening up our Women in Cloud Accelerator cohort number 4 in August. So the application it's open and you can apply today. And the second one is the Digital Pitch Challenge is scheduled for August 26th. And that is also open, so you can participate. But the best part that we have done, John, is made it accessible to the globe. So it's not just for UK, it's not just for India. All the countries have access, and we are closely working with UN and Founders Live, IMCP, and Microsoft and Ideagen to pull this together. So we are making accessible for our content, technology, as well as the education. The second announcement is the COVID-19 impact report that which will have is policies and recommendation for legislators and also corporation to really figure out policies or implement policies so they can mitigate the challenges that women entrepreneurs are feeling. So we will have that report available in next 2 to 3 weeks. And the third one is the AI Solutions 2030. I would love everyone to say, I want to solve one of the global goals, and go sign up and work with Ideagen and Women in Cloud to really get your idea to market. This is a perfect time because your idea may be the vaccine for the next pandemic. So that would be my 3 announcements.
Truly amazing. And we encourage all of our viewers globally to get involved with Chaitra's mission, Ideagen, and the global goals in general. Well, Chaitra Vedullapalli, thank you so much, co-founder of Women in Cloud and CMO of Mela. We truly appreciate your time and participation in our Global Goals 2030 Summit, and we believe that the voice and the message that you gave here today is truly impactful and informative for all of our viewers globally. Thank you.
Thank you so much,